Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Terra training module. I'm Frank Ambrosio, a bioinformatics scientist with Theogen Genomics, and in this video, we'll be going over the process of monitoring a run on Terra.bio. So let's jump right in. If you currently have a run going on Terra.bio and you navigate to your workspace and you go to the job history tab, you will see this run in gray. If you have a completed run, it will either be green if all samples were successfully run, like this one here, or it will be red if you had any failed samples. Here in the middle, in the status column, you can see a rough overview of the status of your samples as they're running through the Titan workflows. But if you wanted to take a deeper view, you can actually click on the run here, and you'll be able to see an itemized list of all of your samples and their status. um, Over here on the right, we have a few options to dive further into the run itself. The first option is to look at the job monitor. So the job monitor will give you a line by line list of each step of the workflow as it's occurring, and you can look at the status of the individual steps. So we started out with the whole run, and then we went to each sample, and now we're looking at each step for each sample. So each sample goes through all of these steps. And as you can see here, we are on the last two steps. We are parsing the next clade output. We are performing Vader analysis, which is the NCBI annotation tool. Um, so if we wanted to take a look at any of these samples even further than this, we can go into the actual execution directory in the Google Cloud backend where the compute um, files are being saved. So all the intermediate files are being saved here. And if we want to take a look at the standard out, standard error, we can do so. If we want to look at the log, um, this is what I usually do to see if there's any sort of error. Here we're not seeing any error, but if there were an error, this would be one of the number one ways to troubleshoot that error. Once you go into the log, you'll see if something was spelled wrong or if there's a space where there wasn't supposed to be a space or anything like that. All right. So the next option you have here is to go into the workflow dashboard. And here, like the job manager, you'll see a line list of all the steps and a general idea of what's going on the back end. Um, the final option we have is to jump directly into the execution directory where we can see all of the standard outputs and all of the standard errors for each of the steps along the way. So here we see the calling the consensus. We're running Kraken 2, FastQC, NCBI Scrubber, Nextclade, Pangolin. So we can go into any of these and take a look at any of the variables that were saved as it was running, any of the intermediate files that were used, any of the output files, the standard error, the script that was run, as well as the logs. So here, let's take a look at the Pangolin log. Everything seems to be going properly. Yep, everything looks good, and you'll often see these end with done localization. That just simply means it is spinning down the Docker containers and everything on the Google Cloud backend. All right, so that should give you some tools if you would like to uh, take a deep look into how your run is doing on Terra. Um, Here we see we already have one sample that has succeeded. We have 9 that are still running, and we can go into the execution directory directly from here. Go to the job manager and to the workflow dashboard. So I hope this was helpful. If there are any other topics that you would like to see videos on, please let us know. If you have any questions or concerns, definitely reach out to our support email, which is support@terrapublichealth.zendesk.com. And thank you so much for joining us for this training module. We hope to see you again soon. Thanks.